Poor MacBook. Yes, I got the title wrong. It should be fixed. But tonight, we have an A1278 that doesn't turn on. So, yeah, sad. A1278 does not turn on. Now, if the A1278 does not turn on, what could be the problem? So, this one is kind of sad because I go to check PP bus. I'm going to show you why I'm suspicious of this PP bus short. So, to ground, it's 0.3 in diode mode. Let's look up what it is in ohms. So ohms to ground, it is 3.0 ohms, which sounds awfully familiar to VCore. Now, how do I know this? What makes me jump to VCore? So let's look at the microscope view of an area of the board that I see. Okay, so let's go over right here. Here's our CPU regulator, and what do I see? What do I see? Come on, focus. Yeah. Now, this chip right here is going to control the switching for our our CPU MOSFETs. So, that chip is going to take BPBus G3 hot and it's going to switch it based on what the CPU wants for VCore. When that chip stops switching, or when the MOSFET stops switching, it'll kill that chip and send PPBus to our CPU. Now, with that being said, PPBus is going to be pulled down instantly to something like 1 or 2 volts, but the CPU still isn't going to like it. So we're going to take this apart and have a look at it. So I need my T6. And we will have a look and see if we can save this thing. So another thing we want to watch out for, we don't want to inject 12 volts on PPBus without clearing our short first. If we do, we'll use a really low voltage, like 1 volt or less, maybe half of a volt, to see what gets hot. But we definitely do not want to put 12 volts into PPBus when we know it's shorted to VCore, because that's a good way to kill our CPU. And my viewership has been really, really lousy lately. I mean, it was like 80-something live viewers. Now I'm lucky if I get 15. But that's okay. I don't really care. I'm boring. Is that 3M polyamide tape? That's Captain tape, but it's knockoff 3M. Same material, just knockoff. Yeah, that's pretty useful tape. I like that stuff. Excellent. So there's hair all around the CPU MOSFETs. Yeah, 3M tape is $60 a roll, so the 4 or 5 rolls for $5 from eBay is perfect. Okay, let's take our heatsink off. Now these MOSFETs can be a little bit tricky because it's right next to these caps. And fun thing about these caps, if you heat them too much, they will explode in your face. Don't ask me how I know, because it's clearly never happened to me. I've never heated one of those capacitors. I've never taken it off the donor board and put it on and had it explode in my face. It's never happened. So here's our CPU MOSFETs. And these are likely fine. Well, these are likely trash, I mean, but we got to clean this off because this is no good. Have some corrosion there, have some corrosion there. But this is disgusting. So I'm going to clean this off. Hi Tim, how do I get my kids into something like this? I have a 6-year-old, a 9-year-old, and I'd like to steer them in the EE direction. I have all the snap circuits. Probably a good stuff would be like those snap circuits and the Arduino stuff like that. Probably not laptops, at least not at first, but yeah, let's start with the Arduino stuff, have them build circuits, and then the snap circuit stuff. So I've seen those. Those are pretty cool. So, okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to dust this off because we can't work with this. We don't want any of that junk on there, especially if we're soldering new MOSFETs on. So let's dust that off. Now with the dust gone, I could see the board a little bit better. Okay, so let's have a look now under the microscope. So here's our CPU MOSFETs. These don't look terrible, but our controller looks bad. So I don't know what's going on yet. With the board, I don't really want to inject voltage, but we're going to have to find our short. So actually, you know what? I'm going to do this method. So I'm going to measure between PP bus and CPU vCore. So PP bus is going to show up on these caps right here, I think. Yep, and I'm going to check on vCore, and sure enough, we are shorted PP bus to vCore, so we know where our problem is now. So we have to do now, the first thing that's going to leave on this board is this nasty controller. There's a chance our CPU survived. So on newer machines, no, but on this one, yes. Now here's why. So Haswell, Broadwell, Skylake, ULV all have their final stage of voltage regulation done on the die itself. Now, when it's done on the die itself, there's a little voltage regulator on the die. Now, that integrated voltage regulator is really, really weak. It does not. If you give it a little transient, it is dead. It is gone. However, on these chips, Ivy Bridge and Sandy Bridge, and older, the regulator, it's actually controlled by this chip based on what the CPU requests. So there's a chance this thing survived. There's a slim chance, but there's a chance it survived. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the content. You help more people than you know, including me. Keep up the great work. Do more collab with Lewis if your account is a concern. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $10, and I'm glad that the content I put up helps people. That kind of gives me more of a reason to continue to do it. So here's our bad controller. Now, like I said before, these caps, these MOSFETs are no fun to change. due to the location next to that cap, but there's really no way around this. I mean, if these explode, they explode. You know, I'll just have to replace them. But yeah, these are really close, so... you know what? Should I heatsink those? Would that make a difference? No, it's not even going to make a difference, I don't think. I can. I'll put a heatsink on it. Just to be safe. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but I'll put it on there because we're going to heat them up anyway. Let's get rid of these guys first. I'm going to kind of turn the board so I'm not blowing air towards the caps. CPU can get air. I really don't care. I mean, we're not going to hurt it with 430 degrees for the time that's going to take. There's one off. There's two. There's three. Those caps got a little bit melty, but oh well. We'll see if they explode. I don't know where this guy came from. Who knows? I don't really care. It's just a little smoothing cap. I'm kind of concerned about those caps, but we'll see. There's no, the way these are placed, there's just no way to avoid it. You know, what can I do? Can't avoid it, so might as well just, How laggy is this stream? Because this CPU and this computer has been at 100% usage for like 3 days, and I don't know why. Yeah, but that heat tape, that Captain tape isn't going to do much when we're blasting air onto it like that. On like connectors and stuff, yes, it helps, but it's more holding the connector together, not keeping the heat away from them. But we'll see. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. The caps will just explode, and then I'll have to replace them. It's not going to kill anything. Where's my wick? I need a better computer for my office. But the thing is, it's for the office. I'm not really going to spend money until it dies. That's how I am. No notification. Yeah, that's probably why viewership is so lousy. Google hates me. By the way, Anthony, you need to buy Flux. You said you'd buy Flux. You never bought Flux. Don't you want to try the latest and greatest Amtech NC560 sold from TCRS Circuit? good stuff. I agree. I kind of want my channel to stay smaller. I don't really want it to get to 800,000. I think the most I'd want is like 50,000 maybe. Do you play guitar? Long fingernails, no. I'm just lazy and forgot to trim them. Last time you recommended flux, the ultrasonic cleaner couldn't remove it. Yes, but this is different. This is good flux. Before it wasn't good flux. This is like 213. But it's like no, it's not like 213. It's like the old version of 559. Back like from 2000 and who knows when. You know what, is this fume extractor even pulling anything? Because it sure doesn't feel like it. I mean, flux isn't that terrible for you, is it? We'll find out in 30 years. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. Thank you, Henrich. Yeah, I have a feeling these caps are going to explode in my face, but that's okay. I saw your message, Tony. The 12 volts. That's no good. Just like replacing SMCs is no good. What board is this? This is an 820-31115 or 3115. My first board. This was the first board I worked on. Oh no call now to TCRS circuit. No. What you guys are gonna do. So when you guys have a board repair question, you may think that it's best to go to TCRS forum or to the Facebook group or to my contact form, which I'll ignore you. But that is not the case. The best Please Bro support does not exist on my website. So the best Please Bro support is actually available on https themacstudio.com/contact, and this is where you go for support. See? Oh, I didn't have this thing on microscope view this whole time? Seriously? That was supposed to be a microscope view the whole time, and it probably was. Oh well. But here's where you go for Please Bro support. So when you type a question, so after you submit the question, someone will be back in touch with you to answer your question. It's a really useful service, actually. I'm really thankful that that service exists. Thank you, Jeremy. Another $10? Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks for what you do, and it gives me hope for young people in the world. I appreciate it. But everybody should show their appreciation by submitting a question on themacstudio.com/contact. Anel is here. No, Anel, not Anel at rossmangroup.com. There's a better source to reach Anel. There's a way better source to reach Anel than the store email. Way better. I should tell everybody. Contact me directly, leak my number. It's tempting. It's really tempting. Who wants Anel's personal number? Who wants Anel's personal number? I'll give Anel's personal number to my entire female audience of like 2 people. I want to switch tips. I just sent a help bro to the Mac Studio. Good job. I appreciate it. That is a job well done. Everybody in this chat should do that. Oh, these MOSFETs are gonna... I mean, these capacitors are going to explode in my face. I already know it. Whoa. One of them just exploded as I was taking that off. As I was taking it off on the donor board, one of them exploded. Check that out. The thing just exploded with no power going through it. Alright, so... It was on the donor board, not on this board. I'm gonna lower my temp to like 375. Lower temp and airflow, I think, too. No. Go into place. Come on, hurry up. Go into place. Ah, the fumes. Go into place. Piece of junk. Those are going to explode. I already know it. I already know what's going to happen. I've done this. I've been down this road. They're going to go pop as soon as I turn it on. Fume extractor's lousy. Never buy a Metcal BVX 100. It sucks. Big time. I hate it. I prefer electrolytics over tantalums. Tantalums suck. Hate tantalums. And Anel, this is a CPU V-core circuit on a 3115. Nah, I wish it was Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt I would just remove and it would be fixed. No, this is CPU V-core circuit that did that. Now you may think, well, why are you doing this? Well, this is a 3115 and there's a chance this actually survived. These aren't as bad as Haswell and Skylake and stuff that they just die. If you get a 3115 or anything with a Ivy or Sandy bridge, it's actually worth replacing the CPU MOSFETs on there, because a lot of times they will actually work, unlike the counterparts. So we have a bad via right here. This looks like trash. This is definitely blown, this trace. Yeah, that's gone. So we'll need a wire from that resistor to here. Hopefully I can feed a wire down in there. That is some rusted pads. Now let's see, where does that one via go? Yeah, but tantalums also die, don't they? So I like ceramics out of all of them. Okay, so that third via, wait, the fourth one, CPU IMVP, you get, oh boy, that ain't gonna be fun. So this one trace right here, this is for the gate of one of these FETs. Now, the problem with this is, yeah, with running wires here, it is very, 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 very risky. Now here's why. Slight differences in resistance to gate can cause the FETs to fail. So what I have to kind of see is look where this via is, and see, does it maybe go through? Hopefully it does, and I think it may. And if it does, we may be alright. So if it doesn't, then we're kind of screwed. So let's see if that, and my keyboard just fell, as usual. So I'm going to try and feed a little piece of wire through here. What does the 820 numbering mean in board? I have no idea. Ask an Apple engineer. So I'm going to see where this comes out. Now, if you run a wire from gate around the other side of the board, that's a dead MOSFET instantly. I made that mistake. Don't do it. You will kill the MOSFETs. You fix iPhone too? I can try. I've tried to fix iPhone. There's something stuck in there, or it doesn't go all the way through. Now let's look over here. So is it on this resistor? So right here, you could see, yep. Okay, so right here is our via. Now there's a coating on this resistor, this via, to kind of stick something in there. If I can, to kind of clear that a little bit. And then we could run the wire through the board. I know Anel fixes MacBook better than me, Anthony, by far. I can't fix MacBook at all. I used to be able to fix MacBook, but not anymore. It's sad. I don't have anything that small to get down in that via. Let's try. Let's see what's... I think it's just the layer of solder mask over it. And the layer of solder mask over that can cause it to, you guys know what I mean. There's a layer of solder mask over that, and I have to get this down in here. Okay, I will try with a really fine tip on the iron. Let's find a really fine tip, and it's just a layer of solder mask, and I need to get that wire down in there. Let's see, what's the finest tip I have? JSO2, ILS. Yes, the ILS is pretty darn needle-like. Safety pin, I think, is wider than the tip of my tweezers. This, on the other hand, may just work. Now let's try. Let's get our wire. clean it a little bit. Where'd all that thermal paste come from? It's just from me putting a little heatsink on it, but thermal paste is always a pain to clean. I mean, it never goes away. Still. Okay, let me try and just kind of fix the other side up a little bit. Maybe I can get away with cleaning this via up because I can't get it through there. And maybe I can clean this up enough. And I think I can, actually. Think I can. Still would like a wire that bothers me for long term, but let's try one more time. Okay, that's not going in there. But what I'm going to do is compromise a little bit. So I'm going to put some flux down, put some solder on this controller. I need my other tip. Where's my tweezers? Tweezers always run away. They're always in front of your face. Oh, where's my tweezers? They're in my darn hand. I meant, where's my other tweezers? Go back down in there. So what I'm gonna do is get that kind of right there. I'm going to feed some solder into that, and that should fix the via. Just like that. Hold it for a few seconds so it gets soldered down in there. And I don't really have any concerns of that working. Not on. Okay, I got it. This pad is going to get a wire too because that is no good. Even though it may look like it has a little connection, that's not something that I'm going to trust over time. So that'll get a wire. Let's clean this area up. Grab our new chip. I like to clean these up because if there's, I don't want any bridges. So what I'll do, I'll put some flux on this. And clean it with my iron a little bit. Looks good to me. Yes, Anel, I know. Says the man that kills CPUs all the time. Right? No, I'm just messing with you. I know you only kill a small percentage of CPUs. We'll leave it at that. Anel kills a small percentage of CPUs. Just a small percentage. Also, never send me that flux. Okay, more for me. This is way better than 559. You're missing out. Totally missing out. Looks are deceiving. Hi, how can I help you? Someone prank calling the store again? That chip's orientation is wrong? No, you shut up. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. Every board I've just picked up has either had it stolen or be a 2936. Where's the 3115? Here we go. Anel, you're full of it. You're full of it, Anel. That chip's orientation is just right. You wait, Anel. You wait till I visit. You wait until I visit. I'm asking Lewis tomorrow if I can get a paid vacation to see me. Oh, come here. Trust me. You will be put to work. And I will go on vacation. No, you don't want to come here. Trust me. Okay, that's soldered. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. Will it work? If it doesn't work, then I will be very sad. Let's make sure PP bus isn't shorted still. No short on PP bus. Will it work? All right, let's take our bets. Will it work? Please work. I need to prove Anel wrong. I need to prove him wrong. Come on, work. Little board, work. Plug it in. What is that? Fan spin. Fan spin on a dead CPU board with shorted CPU MOSFETs. I win. Anel loses. I win. Do we get V-Core though? Let's see, do we get V-Core? Thank you for the $3. What's that say? Orly? I win. Anel loses. Does it post? Oh no. We don't test for that. Fan spin. Fan spin. Who tests for post? What kind of nonsense is that? Post? Who cares about that? We don't need it to post. Who cares about post? 1.12 volts on V-core. Oh wait, that means it's not posting, I think. Will it get chime? Come on, please chime. Oh wait, it has no RAM in it. It's not gonna post. Let's clean my work area a little bit. Three beeps means it's working. Oh, you haven't had the lane to the PCH or the CPU be dead and cause 3 beeps or 1 beep on these. I always get that. Not the RAM. It's not the RAM slots. It's the darn CPU itself. Does it post? Will it post? Will Anel win or lose? Will Tim win or lose? Let's find out. We don't test things with heat sinks here either. See? CPU. Let's trigger a bunch of PC builders. This is an Ivy bridge too, with no heatsink. My real question is this going to pass stress testing? No, it's not going to overheat. It's going to get, I mean, it's going to burn, yeah, but it ain't going to overheat. It'll reach 100 Celsius and it'll start throttling. It'll reach 110 Celsius and then start throttling. Or 105 or something like that. Okay, speaker. Where's speaker? You're not going to kill a CPU by turning it on with no heatsink. You've never tested an Ivy bridge with no heatsink? Ask Lewis, will turning an Ivy bridge on a dual-core Ivy bridge with no heatsink kill the CPU? Besides, the fan is plugged in. We have a fan. See? Fan. Not gonna overheat. Okay. Moment of truth. Will it post? Will it post? Fan spin? Fan spin? Chime? Chime, come on, please. Chime! But distorted video. Why distorted video? It has distorted video. Which could be the screen. But it chimes. But it has distorted video. Screw you, Anel. This is all your fault. Distorted video. That doesn't make sense. It would post with GPU issues, Intel GPU issues. Yeah, check out that. Oh wait, Apple. Now it's fixed. See that? There's no more video distortion. Oh, you know why it has video distortion? Because that's probably no heatsink. But yeah, look. See that? No video distortion. Fixed. So if this passes... alright, who wants to see this pass an ASD GPU test? Who wants to see this pass an ASD GPU test? Watch this. This is going to pass ASD GPU. And then it's going to come back in like 2 months with a dead CPU. But watch this pass ASD GPU test. Watch this. This is going to pass. I know it is. It can't not pass. We have to prove Anel more wrong. It's not a good night if we don't prove Anel wrong. Look at that. Disgusting. Air. Outside, because I don't want this. You sunk an hour into a dead board. You do that too. I'm still making $200 an hour by doing that, you know? Give me a break. How's the weather in communist state of California? Like 76 degrees. Nice out. Thank you for the $2, Anel. I'll agree with you. You gave me money. Now you can be never wrong. Anel is never wrong, everybody. I made a lot of money on this stream. So look at this. $10, $20, $5. Yeah, I made... The video distortion is still concerning, but watch us pass ASD GPU test. Yeah, it's like the YouTube, how much they take of that, it's a lot. They're not gonna give you a 1099, I don't think, unless it's over $600. I don't know exactly how YouTube does that, but from what I know, the general rule of a 1099 is over $600. No, don't spend $200 on me. Trust me, don't do that. If someone has $200 they want to give me, what my advice is to them is go buy something for yourself using that $200, because I'm not worth that for doing nothing. Yes, the lethal one is Anel. If you want to give me $200, send me a laptop to fix. That's the way you can give me $200. Okay, now I need to go get my GPU test. I think there is, Teresa. Okay, so it does video distortion until it posts. So check this out. What do you guys think? So look at this. So before it posts, it does video distortion. Look. See that? And then watch. It goes away. And now there's one more that's not here. Believe it or not, there's one more female viewer that's not here right now. Okay, so the CPU took a hit, and with no doubt, yeah, that CPU took 12 volts. But if this works otherwise, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it through not only the ASD GPU test, but I'm also going to run it through like 5 or 6 hours of Unigine Valley. And if it passes all of that, I'm going to still charge for that. I don't care. I don't care if it has a little glitch on the screen when it starts. It'll be fine. Now, the thing with that is it's probably... Here's what's my mind and what's going on. It's the GPU V-core, the internal GPU V-core, is probably a little bit lower before it starts loading the operating system. And that's where that comes from. Okay, enter boot menu. Come on, MacBook. I know you could do this. Don't just sit here with video distortion. That would ruin my night. Please. Go into boot menu. Please don't tell me you're not going to go into the boot menu. Yes, it went in the boot menu successfully. See that? Look. See that? Successful. ASD3S150. I think this one is. Might be 155. And now, yes, the booting part of the CPU is dead, but only before it boots into an operating system. So this is 100%. 100% fix, bro. 100%. No, 99% fix. That's what I call this. This is 99% fix. 99% fix, bro. And it's frozen now. It's frozen, which... So this SSD kind of does this. It'll freeze when you try and enter an OS. But it may also be the CPU is fried. It should have done something by now. This is like 74% fixed now. The fan spins though. That's all that matters. The fan spun. No, seriously though, this SSD is screwed up. I'll try booting into 155 because no, RickTech, the CPU got a spike, and that's why it doesn't work, because the CPU got a spike, it was shorting PP bus to it, and that's why that happened. No, it's not a C9560, the MOSFETs were shorting PP bus to the CPU. That's what happened to this. And that's why it's doing what it is. There's no ifs and buts about it. Okay. Let's try 3S155. I'll be a little bit patient with it because I know this SSD is failing, and I know it sometimes will freeze like this, and it'll take a few minutes to get into the OS. So in the meantime, I will wait for it. Waiting. 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 Losing hope. Losing more hope. There is no VRAM, so RICTech. It's integrated into the RAM itself. Whoa. Check that out. Look at that nice video distortion. Check out that nice video distortion of a dead CPU that has an error. EFI something or other. Check out that nice video distortion. Screw you, Anel. This is all your fault. This wouldn't have happened. This is all your fault, buddy. This is all your fault, buddy. Yeah, the CPU is brain damaged. You're brain damaged. That's why this happened. You're brain damaged. Alright, how long do you think this thing will take to die when we put it under CPU stress test? Yeah, you know what? That is a good idea. Let's send this to Anel where he could change the CPU on this. This is an Ivy Bridge. I even have an Ivy Bridge CPU he can use on this. Yeah, we're going to send this to Anel. We're going to start a ticket on rossmangroup.com. We're going to send this to him. That's an excellent idea. Come on, boot into my test disk. Whoa. Okay, so this is a VRAM issue because see how it has like remnants of the boot menu on there? That's kind of like a VRAM issue. More so than the CPU, I think. I'll try some new memory in this. Maybe it's just memory. But let's see what it does on stress test. Maybe this is memory. Apple has soldered the CPUs to the board since before I was born. So... but RICTech, I don't think it would even boot if the CPU cache was destroyed. I don't know. I've seen crazier things happen, but this is really sad because I tried hard to save this. Do I have a CPU that would work on this? What? It just shut off. It just shut off. Die. Can it boot into ASD EFI to maybe confirm a memory fault or CPU fault? This is all your fault, Anel. If you would have just said or wished me good luck, this would have worked. But no. This is like 17% fixed right now. Throat, man. What? Hey, look at this. It booted. Okay. Deselect all. Processor. Chipset. There's no... Okay, so L1 cache test passed. Memory. I don't want to wait for memory. Can just do a couple. No, you don't do that nonsense. Failed. I've seen that screen enough. I've seen that red bar across the screen that says failed enough times. So you cut that out. Let's go grab some new RAM. It actually passed the CPU test, but that's just L1 cache. It's not like the OS version, and it can't even get into the OS version. It just freezes. But I just want to try some new RAM just for the heck of it. You never know. Passed. See? Memory. Passed. I'm going to try with just one stick, too. Try the top slot. Still artifacts. Let's try the bottom slot. Still artifacts. Yep. This is a dead CPU or junk under the... Hey, junk under the PCH is still a possibility. Because I think it did have corrosion near the PCH. So it's not 100% dead yet. I've had corrosion under the PCH cause video distortion on these before. So. Yes, the PCH did have corrosion under it. Look at this. And if this worked after ultrasonic, that would be a nice lesson for Anel. See this? There's corrosion there. There's corrosion there. There's corrosion there. There's corrosion there. So, you see time. Average? Average what? How long does it take to fix a MacBook on average? It could take me 5 minutes to 3 months. Paper towel. Clean the CPU off. What happens when you can't fix it? Then it goes back to the customer. I'm not sure what. Four minutes aside. Keyboard. Where is my keyboard? I need to make a OSX, what do you call it? High Sierra installer disk. But I can't get into the drive that has it on there. It just won't work because it's a Toshiba hard drive that has 84,000 hours on it that I've used forever. Do they often get pissed? The end users know, the stores sometimes. It really depends. What was I going to do? Used to have a High Sierra installer disk. That was on a MacBook, but I don't remember which MacBook. I need this. What's that say? We can't hear you. It's the microphone. I'm not mumbling. It's the too low. It's from the Ultrasonic. think the store MacBook just failed. The screen, I think, went bad on it. It chimes, then there's nothing. Oh, there it goes. Anel, this cleaner kills the crest. Look at the, go on my channel, look up Crest CP500D, and watch that video. That thing kills the crest. It's a Sharper Tech. It's actually made in the U.S. and it just brutally murders the crest. Okay, I had an OS X Sierra installer on one of these. Or High Sierra. I don't remember where, and this thing just froze. I never do software work. I don't keep drives with that stuff on there because I would never use it. So. I need better test equipment. I need a new SSD. And this is just I have SSDs. I'm just too lazy to make the install disk. You sound like you're in a helicopter. Yeah, that's the cleaner. Oh shoot, I need to enter this. Actually, screw that. I'll do that later. Setting up my AdSense so I can get paid. I'm also going to flip the board so it goes lengthwise because I want to get under the PCH and stuff. So I'm going to turn the board like this. Sound is different, as you can hear. See? Sound is different. I have to go over here now. Yeah, that stuff's not gonna hurt your hands. I've been handling it and it's been fine. What's wrong with the Branson? I mean, there's no bacteria in there. It's killed instantly. It's 8 p.m. and no, I have not had dinner. Bench is an absolute disgusting mess. I'll have dinner later. We need that. We need this. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably am lying about having dinner later. I probably won't have dinner. No, I'm kidding. I'll have dinner later when I go home. I don't know when I'm gonna go home, but we will see. I use this citrus cleaner. It's good stuff. I like it. I use that or Lysol. I kind of like this stuff better than Lysol. Alright, that board is done. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but I have two things. So I don't just put it in alcohol. I put it in distilled water first with a little bit of alcohol just to keep it from growing stuff. So distilled water and then alcohol. And I tend to like this method a little bit better than just alcohol. It gets a lot of the Branson junk off of it first. No, distilled water then alcohol. Better. Gets more of the junk off of it. There's no junk. I just like to wash it. There's still that water comes off in the cleaner, and I'd rather put that in the thing with distilled water than the stuff with alcohol. I guess it really doesn't matter. Just burn myself. Why is there liquid? Okay, so water with minerals, with electricity is different than putting a board in water. If I take a board and just throw it in water, that's not liquid damaging it. It has to be on. And that little bit of minerals. Okay, if I put alcohol, pure 100% isopropyl alcohol on a chip, under the SMC or under the CPU, and I try and turn it on, it's not going to turn on. There is still some capacitance in that fluid that's going to screw up signals, cause a little bit of crosstalk. So no matter the fluid, there's always going to be a little bit of conductivity. It's just normal. So just, yeah. Just dry the boards. Now it's going to bake. I need a cable. For a Lenovo laptop, but the thing is I need the cable for the touchscreen and the camera. But I can't find that cable anywhere. It's not a ThinkPad, it's a Yoga with liquid damage. It's like 50 degrees in here with the air on. You're in bed at 8, 9, 11 o'clock, really? I don't believe you. You're at a bar somewhere. This could be you sitting right here. if I apply for a job at Rossman Repair Group, and then you'll have to find something else to do, and you could fix boards here. I could be doing other stuff. Was the hottest day so far this year here? Greg, where are you actually? I'm confused. Because I thought you were in the US, but 27 Celsius, so. Can I work for you? Depends. You want to see my browser history? There is like nothing there, look. There is the Mac Studio, Google AdSense. There's nothing. I mean, like literally, there's nothing eventful. Who else can do that? Who else can show their browser history? There's nothing eventful in my browser history. Do you want to see? No, I don't know. Yeah, that's scary. Yours is scary. Mine is not. Yours, I'm sure, is extremely, extremely scary. Nell is way too chicken to post his browser history on Discord. Discord, let me look. Alright, and now post your browser history on Discord. I need a haircut. My hair is too long. My board better be done drying soon. Yeah, exactly. That's what private browser exists for. Are you on Facebook? Yes, but not for long, because I'm going to delete that very soon. I deactivated it, and then what I did is I had to sign into something, and this board is really hot. This board is scalding. I had to sign into something that I needed that was linked to the Facebook account, and then it reactivated it, which I didn't want that. Facebook is absolute cancer. Yeah, I'm definitely Tinder. Yeah, that would not work for someone that looks like me. Oh, Anel sent his browser history. No, you know what Anel sent? Yeah, look. This this is what Anel sent. Really? Okay. Will the CPU be dead? Probably. Now that he sent that. The reason why the CPU is going to be dead is because he sent that. You don't understand. This is how it works. This a board can be perfectly fine and someone sends nonsense like that and then it's dead. Just how it works. Tim's log is not going to turn on anymore. Yeah, that's surprising. Thank you, Rick Tech. At least someone believes in me. Surprising it even posted with spike to the CPU. Then I think I'm gonna go home because I'm pretty tired. And I want to get some rest. Is it normal to get tired at 8 p.m.? Because I don't think it is. I'm scared. Working until 8 doesn't seem normal to be tired working until 8. DC inboard. DC inboard. RAM. Enclosure. Okay, will this have artifacts? Let's have artifacts. Teresa, it's not normal to get tired if you don't eat. You just get hungry. Will this turn on? Turn the fume extractor off? Fine. What was that Lenovo? It was a Yoga 2 something. Fan spin. Artifacts. Of course it has artifacts. Of course it has artifacts. This needs a CPU now. This CPU took 12 volts. It still posts. It's still posted. And now artifacts. Until it switches to like this. So it'll be fine until it question marks. So that's what I'm kind of thinking, is this may be fine if I can get it into an OS. But Mojave shut off. So should I try a Sierra disk? Let's plug in the drive. I'll go grab a Sierra disk. It's doing that because what's going on is there's something, it's obviously screwed up, but what's going on is the GPU is acting funny until it gets a higher voltage, and once it gets a higher voltage, it's fine. I may have a CPU. Can I try and hand solder it? Who wants to see me hand solder a CPU tonight? It's an Ivy bridge. No, that's a bad idea. That ain't gonna work. Should I jump like PP 3v3 SO to V-core to raise that voltage up to a little bit? iGPU may work off 3.3 volts, but for like 20 seconds. Even spinning, little hard drive? Why no show on boot manager? Why? Oh. Okay, so if this works reliably under stress test, but it just has the weird graphics on boot up, would you give this back for free, or would you still charge something at a discounted rate? Let's see if this will go into a Sierra disk. Oh yeah, this drive might be failing too. This is from a shop, Greg. It couldn't be the PCH. Yeah, pretty much all my test drives are all messed up. The SSD, the SSD was run over by the chair and stuff. The web says no fix, no fee. Would you consider it fixed? I mean, if it just does this artifact thing, but will boot up and work in an OS and pass stress tests, that's a fix. You know, I would give it for discounted rate instead of 170 or whatever. I don't even know half my prices. Let's see. What do I charge for one of these for stores? I don't even know. This is terrible. Hold Wholesale services. $189. So instead of $189, I would charge like $115 or something. You know. I mean, well, here's the thing. It may this could last forever. Oh, panic, kernel panic, kernel panic. Yeah, this is trash. Much trash, much garbage. Can it get into the guest user account? Nah, screw this thing. Oh well, we tried. We tried. It's trash. At least I mean, it kind of turned on, you know. What else do we have? Is this the one I want to do? Alright, this one better not be a dead CPU. Is vCore shorted to PP bus on this board? Because there's corrosion by a MOSFET. Do you send no fixes back? Yes, because usually people will get extremely upset if you don't send their no fix back. Yes, I do charge them for shipping. Yeah, this one's pretty bad too. Yeah, look at this. This is destroyed. This one is corroded everywhere. I don't want to do that right now, so gotta put this over here, and I'll grab my next one out of the pile of boards I have. So this board, missing vCore. Missing vCore with a Skylake CPU. That's probably gonna get sent to Anel to fix. Okay, so here's the history on this board. This was the one from yesterday. Went through the ultrasonic. I removed the edge butting on the CPU, put a little flux under it because it was right near these that got corroded. This had vCore until I replaced the system agent MOSFET. I tried a different one, same thing. The soldering is fine. We also replaced this one. Same exact thing. So maybe, I don't know. I don't really think that's bad. I don't really know what went bad. I also changed this controller. And wait. This controller, where is it? Right here. And still nothing. This area looks fine. There isn't any... Wait a second. Is that a crack I see? Is that a crack or a hair? Alright, Anel, have a good night. I kind of doubt they're going to sleep, though. That is just a hair. I could try replacing those caps. I don't really think it'll make a difference. But this one is missing vCore, which is most likely, given the fact where liquid was, it was right by the CPU. This could very well be a dead CPU. It could be something screwing up in the power sequence to the GPU, to the CPU. So if there's a bad FET, it can cause them to act funny. Why am I peeling that off? I have no idea. It's probably getting late. But I kind of doubt that. But here's the thing. This had vCore until we were heating in this area. So maybe something is a little bit messed up here. I don't know what, though, because everything else is here. And I don't see any visual issues here. So that's the thing. It's like, what? All of our SO rails are present, too. So that's a strange thing. These guys look good. There's no short. There was some corrosion there. We replaced some resistors there. Have I gotten? Yes, I believe so. These coils look fine. That's pushed over a little bit, but that's not really going to matter. We can push that back. and see if it makes a difference. But I kind of have a feeling the CPU is not requesting vCore. So let's, you know what, actually, let me see what I get on the oscilloscope. Let's see if I get a pulse on the oscilloscope. USB-C, I unplugged that for some reason. Okay. Shoot. Why is that on stop? Run. Probe is on the coil. We'll plug it in. No pulse. There's no nothing. Do we even have PP bus? Why would PP bus be missing though? Tim used to be fun in streams, now he just works. Tim, you're just a business. When have I ever been fun? So PP bus is there. Alright, I'm not on ground very good. Need a better ground spot. Here we go. Where is vCore created? Well, vCore is created, vCore is created by U7100, but it also requires serial communication from the CPU to say, hey, I want vCore, and, you know, to turn on vCore. So what we're going to do, we're going to look for a pulse on the scope. Ah, we do get a pulse, so that is kind of hopeful here. Got a pulse once. Try this port. I do get a little pulse on vCore. So that is kind of helpful. That gives me some hope. So the CPU is kind of talking to the U7100, but there's an issue. So the CPU is initially requesting voltage, but what's going on is there's an issue somewhere, so there could very well be an issue with one of these FETs that is telling the controller to, hey, stop, I'm not good to send voltage, do not send voltage to me because I'm going to cause a fire or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and replace, this FET was corroded, we're going to replace that. So we're going to replace both these CPU FETs, and we're going to hope for the best. Another CPU FET. Why me? Alright, have a good night, Teresa. Ken, these are like PMICs, and it's not like a regular MOSFET, so yeah, these have I think these have like 2 or 3 gates per chip. I don't know exactly, but I'll have to look. But these are not your average MOSFET. These are PMICs. Stupid, but that's what they are. They're not shorted, so I don't have to replace the controller again. It's more of a power issue where the CPU is saying, hey, I have an issue, do not, or the MOSFETs are saying, hey, I have an issue, do not send power to me, and the controller cuts it off real quick. I have not, Bailey. Where is my wick? Again, constantly losing my wick. If it doesn't work when I replace these 2 FETs, I am going home because I want to eat. This iron tip is too big, but I'm too lazy to change it. You get out of here. Two dead CPUs in a row, soon to be. Makes me want to cry. Nothing wants to work today. I can't even get a OS installation to work. Can you believe that? Too much solder. Yeah, MacBook Arnold. It's just that I need to get a High Sierra thing, but the disk that my High Sierra thing is on isn't working right, and I don't want to deal with that right now. So that's a problem for another time, like tomorrow. I want to try and get up early tomorrow. This is a 8200075 from 2017. Let it cool down. I have the board in the thing. I think that's cool enough. And if this doesn't work, then it's time for me to go home because I am tired. And I don't know why. It's not usually normal for me to get tired at 8 p.m. at night. And what do you know? We have no V-core. And no, those caps don't matter. So this is probably a dead CPU. And the CPU is probably not requesting V-core. So 2 dead CPUs in a row. It's sad. But what can you do? So, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next stream. Some of those boards into no, not for V-core. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.